With Uber's looming IPO, safety has been a forefront issue. But what about safety of drivers? Let's talk about it. Good morning, everybody. It's time for burnt toast and cold coffee. Actually, it's pretty good coffee. It's kind of funny. I had a comment saying, empty coffee cup. I had my Harley Davidson mug, and that it's like a cereal bowl. It fits about 2.5 cups of conventional coffee, a regular sized coffee cup. There. So when I tipped it forward, it didn't look like anything was in it. Here I'm almost spilling it. But I think it's kind of funny that the discussion is now no longer about the Uber topic, but whether or not I actually have coffee in my cup. And by the way, you can tell I don't take it black, right? So before we do anything, I would like to remind you, if you haven't already, please subscribe and ring the bell icon so you know when I post new videos. And today we are going to talk about safety. Safety has been a dominant issue, especially in light of the young lady in South Carolina who was killed by a fake Uber driver. Now, I know some people are saying he wasn't really a fake Uber driver, but yeah, he kind of was. He pulled into pickup areas. He saw a young lady on her phone. He allowed her to enter the car. So whether or not he was branded as Uber, we're splitting hairs. The point is, the discussion has gone towards keeping riders safe. So I want to read something from TechCrunch. Again, I'm just going to pull out little pieces. Reading whole articles, I'll leave that for other channels. I just like to read things that are pertinent to my commentary. So from TechCrunch, it says Uber, prepping to debut on the public market, is taking the safety precautions seriously. That's the first point I want to take on, but let me read the rest of this particular paragraph. The new system reminds riders about checking their ride 3 separate times. The first is a banner at the bottom of the app once the ride has been ordered. The second is a warning to check a license plate, car details, and photo. And the third is an actual push notification before the driver arrives, reminding the rider to check once more. It's redundant again all over twice. This is just one of those things that it's already in place. And so now, by reminding them to do the things that they should have been doing all along, is taking it seriously? Yeah, maybe so, but I think that it is largely irrelevant. They really haven't done anything new. They're just reminding people to use the things that are in place already. I guess it's showing something, but in my mind, what's happening here is it's not an issue of Uber really taking safety precautions seriously. I think what it is a matter of putting on that front, that show, that facade that we're taking it seriously. Now, please understand, I'm not coming down too hard on Uber here because I think they've done reasonable things already. They tell you the car, make, model, color, the driver, license plate, all that. We're not going to rehash that. We've talked about that in other videos. But the point is, they are so aware of PR now with this IPO. And I think for drivers out there that are of the type that want to raise a ruckus and they want to change the world, at least the Uber world, that's where you hit them. Anyhow, that's not the point of this video either. Alongside the reminder system, Uber is also working to build out dedicated pickup zones in the 5 Points District of Columbia. So I don't know why they're talking about District of Columbia specifically, with plans to roll out dedicated pickup zones at other U.S. universities. Yeah, okay. I don't know what that's going to do. That killer, that murderer, that terrible individual, he could have pulled his car up to a pickup area too. As a matter of fact, I would argue that would make it easier. You see, when all you're doing is trolling, you're looking for a person who seems to be checking their app, who seems to be looking for a ride. It's, you're doing a lot of profiling, but man, when this is a pickup area, it's like leading you to the barrel full of fish, right? I don't know that makes anybody safer having a dedicated pickup area. What do you think? Let me know. Leave your comments down below. That said, Uber has also warned investors ahead of its IPO about a forthcoming safety report on the company, which could be damaging to the brand. We kind of hinted at this in the past as well. The report is supposed to be released sometime this year, and will give the public its first comprehensive look at the scale of safety incidents and issues that occur on the platform. So they're going to have to open things up, be transparent. Even then, I think there are ways to manipulate, there's ways to skew statistics, but it's going to be hard for them to out and out lie. They obviously see that there is a problem looming. Now, the reason I say it's obvious it's a problem, because this stuff has made the news already, so it's out there. The information that's going to be released, there must be something in there we haven't heard about, or maybe it's a fact it's all going to be together in one piece and one report that's going to make it seem overwhelming. But they're worried about something. If they aren't putting out a warning already saying, hey folks, this isn't going to look good. Now, here's a quote from that document from Uber. The public responses to this transparency report or similar public reporting of safety incidents claimed to have occurred on our platform may result in negative media coverage and increased regulatory scrutiny and could adversely affect our reputation with platform users. So that's what Uber said just a few short days ago on April 14th. So they're really worried. But here's my question. We know that these incidents happen with riders. Is Uber doing anything to make the driver experience safer? Now, I know that is kind of a tricky question because, traditionally, if you're going to come up with a problem, you should come up with a solution to. And I don't know that I really have a solution. I know some people have said, well, the riders should have their picture as well. Then again, the rider's already getting in with an app. They could be using someone else's app. I get that. But how many businesses can you think of where you have to show a picture in order to use a service? Other than travel, and even then, it's limited to air travel. And that's government, not the individual business. It's not Delta or Southwest United that says you need a picture. It's the U.S. government that says you need a picture ID. Other than that, I can't think of too many places that require you to have a picture in order to use those services. Now, occasionally, some places for their security, when you enter their premises, you might need a visitor badge where they might take a picture. So there might be a precedent there. But is it really increasing your safety? The fact that someone has a picture in the app, is that going to prevent them from hauling off and slugging you? Take this video, for example. The driver thought that these were underage riders, and so he was going to refuse a ride. As a result, they physically attacked him. Here was a drunken rider that physically attacked the Uber driver. Now, one of the primary reasons they say people use the app is because they're drunk and they shouldn't be driving, but people have a tendency to be more physically aggressive and violent when they have been drinking. Not all people, but people have that tendency that is heightened once they have a few drinks. And we see these violent situations over and over and over again. So my question is Uber doing anything in order to increase driver safety? From what I see, it looks like everything is aimed at the rider. As I said, I don't know that I have the answer, but I would sure like to hear what you think. What can be done in order to increase driver safety? Do you think Uber and Lyft are overly concerned with driver safety or concerned at all with driver safety? Because everything I'm seeing is all aimed at the rider. And it seems all of these things are doing, we tend to be pushed to the side as drivers, right? It seems that they're focusing on money, they're focusing on profits, they're focusing on rider experience, which is important because that's the customer. But we're the customer too, aren't we? Or are we partners? If we're partners, shouldn't we have some say in how our business is run? Shouldn't we be able to make some choices, like who we pick up, who we don't pick up, have information as to where we're going ahead of time? Those are some things that, are side issues, but I really want to ask about safety in this one. So let me know down below. Has Uber done anything to increase your safety? If not, what are things you think can be done to increase driver safety? Now, I'm not talking about things we do ourselves, like maybe carry a firearm. Uber does not allow that. They don't allow drivers to protect themselves through the use of firearms, even if they are legally obtained and licensed. So maybe that's something. Maybe the pictures are something. What else do you think, not that we can do? We know there's a lot of strategies we can do. I want to know, what can Uber do to help keep you safe when you're out driving? By the way, tomorrow morning I am going to have a live stream, not here though, on the other channel. I hope the live stream function has been activated now that I hit the 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to many of you that helped me out by going over there and subscribing at the Average Me channel. At 11 o'clock Central Time, I am going to be premiering video. I want to try the premiere function. I have not done that yet. And a half hour before, at 10:30 Central Time, I will be having a live stream leading up to the release of that premiere video, where I go to Walt Disney World's Epcot's Flower and, what do they call it? Flower and Garden Festival. And I look forward to reading your comments on driver safety. Thanks a lot, everybody. As always, I encourage you to like and share the videos. Leave your comments down below. Please subscribe and ring that bell icon. I'm Mark from Uber Hints.